So to start off with half flips, what you want to do to practice is start by pointing forward and half flipping backwards. The alternative would be pointing backwards and half flipping. That's a little bit more difficult to aim, right? So practice pointing this way. Stand in front of your net in the center like this and pick one of those posts. So for in this case, the one that's behind me and to my right. To aim towards that post with your half flip, because that's the most important part about half flips. It's not just making you go backwards, you can aim it to land in different positions. So if I'm here, I know how to aim so I get close to the ball. Line yourself in the center, pick that post, and you literally take your thumbstick and you push it down because you're going backwards and to the right. You're literally pointing your thumbstick at that imaginary post that's behind your body. You know, it's like you've got the car on your screen, then your body sitting in your chair, and then the actual post behind you. So you're pointing that thumbstick behind you and to your right. Then when you backflip, that's the first step. The next step is timing of when to push up. If you do it too early, your nose is pointing up like that, see? If you do it too late, your nose will be pointed down, and it will impact your recovery. So you want to wait until the front nose of your car has done a half rotation until it's completely vertical like this. And when you push up, it will turn your car and you'll be facing the other way. Boom. Boom. So that's the most important part about half flips. The next thing you really want to focus on, at least from what I've seen, is taking a look at just really anything in the air. Obviously, I'll talk about wave dashes afterwards. So that is to do with, you know, your ground recoveries, but it's more to do with, you know, coming off of the wall and then wave dashing. So I'll talk about that afterwards, because that's in the aerial category, at least the way that I think of it. So for aerialing, to practice, just get in the air. Spend as much time in the air as you can. I like going on a map like this where I can move around. I'm not doing massive overcorrections and like waving like this, because anytime you're moving to the side, it's going to be very difficult to keep height, right? And the reason for that is because if you're moving upwards and you're holding your position, I don't even need to fully tap boost in order to stay up. If I hold it, obviously we know that you'll go straight up to the top. You just need to tap it every once in a while. But if you're falling down and you tap boost, that's not enough. The speed at which you're falling down impacts that momentum of moving downwards. The momentum in general makes it harder for you to regain your height. See how long that took me? Now, I've practiced this so many times that I know the perfect timing. Let's see, how close can I fall and still not touch the ground? Let's get a little closer. Oof, that was really close, right? Then you want to take a look at why that matters. Why does that momentum matter? Well, if you're going up for an aerial, drive towards this post, and now hit the post. Oh, you couldn't do it. Why? Because you had too much momentum, right? Because where did I jump? Let's see, this first boost right here, jump. Or I guess that's second boost. This one right next to me. If I jump right at that point while going full speed, supersonic, it's very difficult to hit that post. But if I was not moving at all, obviously, easily make it up there. So the momentum you're traveling impacts your ability to gain height. That's so important for all aerials. You want to make sure that if you're moving too fast, you slow down a little bit before going up for an aerial. And the only way you'll get that knowledge is by spending time in the air. You don't have to do the crazy spins, but move around, do this like figure 8 pattern. Try not to do too many overcorrections. Wherever your nose is pointing, it's where you're gonna go. See how my momentum was traveling too quickly towards the side? You want to go this way if you're traveling around the pillars, right? I'm moving in this direction. But my momentum's too fast. How do I counteract that? Right? You see how I angled 45 degrees to correct that movement? Say I move this way. I'm going to angle 45 degrees to try and correct that movement. If you want to correct your movement by just pointing the other way, well, look how much height you lost. You're moving this way. Now you just point vertical, horizontal. You're losing your height. So that's why I keep that 45-degree angle when I'm correcting my movements. Because you got to keep your height. Then, next, you want to focus on aerial shots. And for that, I wanted you to focus on not going up for the ball and making contact in this position. To get contact, just like with a shot, if you approach the ball and you hit like that, it's going to do nothing. When you hit a ball, you hit it with the front of your nose. And you want to do the exact same thing when you're doing an aerial. But I get the logic in that. You're moving upwards vertically. How are you going to get to that position? And the only way to do that is by jumping up and getting your perfect trajectory so that you have time to stop boosting or continue, but you have time to go up and then lean forward and make contact with the ball. Let's see if I can get a bounce upwards here. Boom. Anyways, you get the point. The point is you need to go up and then lean forward in order to get that final aerial shot, to get that power that you actually want. Then you want to work on your aerial recoveries, and the way that I do this is I move around the map, and this is where I'll sort of start talking about wave dashing afterwards. But I move around the map, I go up to a point like this, jump off, flip. Okay. If I'm over here and I want to get to that boost down there, I'll go off and then flip into the ball. If I'm way up here, how do I get to that boost? How do I angle and orient myself in order to get there? You're up, stuck on the wall, up on the ceiling up here. Angle this way to get to the ball. Sort of a bad example on this field, but it helps a lot when going up for a ball and you gotta see where you're gonna land down like that in order to catch it, right? Then, besides these kind of bad examples, I can show you in a separate training pack. You want to think about wave dashing. Getting up on a wall, and this will connect to aerial shots, which I'll talk about after. Air roll, sorry. But you're jumping and air rolling, and then doing your wave dashing. The only reason you're air rolling is because you can't really do a wave dash when you're completely sideways like this. It's difficult. So you want to jump off the wall and air roll to a position that allows you to do the wave dash. And this is huge when you're going back for boost. You've decided to, or not going back for boost, but you see a ball up on the wall, you go up to get it, you're like, I don't want to get that. You jump off, wave dash, and then flip, and look how quickly you're gaining speed. Up for that? Nah, I'm gonna go back. Boom. Then lastly, air roll shots. And this one, you think of it as difficult, but really you're focusing on one corner of your car. So let's imagine this front left corner. If I want to hit the ball with my front left corner to get that maximum power, I'm going to air roll away from it to the right to open up that corner. Now, it's not just an air roll to the direct right like that, but I'm actually kind of air rolling to the right and back. See that? Air rolling back. So you want to air roll back and then do the complete opposite. Diagonal front flip. And you'll see this left corner is swiping down with a lot of force. And that's how you're going to get your air roll shot. So you see that? I'm aiming basically for like this right side of the ball. Right there. Because by aiming for the right side of the ball, where's my left corner hitting? It's hitting dead center. So when I extend an air roll away from the ball like that, and then front flip to the left into it, I'm going to make perfect contact. That's how you're getting your power. There's the right side. So that's really the main thing with air roll shots. You're, leaning back, air roll in one way, then flipping to the other way. But it's hard to get into this like mode of training. But for me, I really enjoy it because you're doing new and interesting things with the ball. You just bring it around, carry it around places, practice big hook shots, air roll shots, leave the ball alone, go up here, practice flying around, get up to a wall, half flip off of it, move around, weird positions, recover,